in New York and we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on the flight, take a trip to Peru. Yeah, hop in the whip that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boo. I'm the almighty, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't need much, ability.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On third down, it's Prescott. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be... Seven-yard pickup.
That's good for the Cowboys.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Cowboys at 2-3 here to begin the new season. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Play action now. Prescott. Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Pollard is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
Pollard again. And he will take it in for a Cowboys score. Tony Pollard, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Hitting Samuel on the slant. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Here's Tua. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games, and the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. They juked him, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
A loss of 2.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That's dumped off to Pollard. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Washington on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still 2nd quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Looking to pass, Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Washington. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Commanders 7.
Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So the completion gets them just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. On play action, Prescott. Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Tackle made by Chase Young. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Now Prescott. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Lamb in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
Prescott now. Drops this underneath for Pollard. He's got room at the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a 3rd. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Options galore here, second and a few inches. Tua going to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, here's Tua. And he will find his man Samuel. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. The quick slant caught. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really...
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point put through by Succop. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Ryan Succop set to kick off.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Final play of the half. Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. But Charles, as a defender yourself who made a few of those plays back in your day, I know you know there's no better feeling than a pick six for a defender.
And the big thing is when you take it and you realize you're out there and you've got a great chance to score, not to get overexcited and have one of the yard lines trip you up, or the turf monster, as we used to call it, knock you down before you get to the end zone. That didn't happen on that play. He carried it home.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Play action, now it's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Tua to try again on second down. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson dancing away at the 30. And he's taken down inside the 30. 64 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson with career touchdown number 70. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Prescott on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. They'll run with Pollard, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Prescott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Third and goal at the 4-yard line. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
21G, 21G. Solo left Zion, solo left Zion.
Here's Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Pollard again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. Second and 13 that they're walking up on. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the the tackle's made at Washington's 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And McLaurin, the motion man right. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Prescott from the gun. Swinging this out for Pollard. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. This is going to wind up a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Fielded at about the 28. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
That cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, And it sets up a third down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
The Cowboys on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are right back in this football game.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
He finds his man complete. It's Pearson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
He finds his man complete. It's Hernandez. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. O.J. Howard, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. First down, and it's Pollard again. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now Dak, he wants to change the play. Prescott. That's dumped off to Pollard. And given 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Cowboys! Luke Schoonmaker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. He's got it to Gibson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Tua. Gibson here running out of the gun. Nifty move. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pearson. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's 1st and goal. Now Tua. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. Tagovailoa. And they do not get it. It's incomplete. They went for the win, and the big gamble does not pay off. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Dallas, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and
out his cage. God made a way, look at burdens that I escaped. I'm setting stage, I raise the stakes, they got the time now. You know how the saying go when they come round. What goes up must come down. And we ain't going with it. Picking your shoes and picking the slack now. Spend most of my days thinking if I would ever live inside the background. Now I pull strings, they out to get me another day, another man down. I'm picking my shoes, I'm picking the litter, I'm pushing the limit, I'm picking the slack now. The glitters ain't gold, look around where we roam through. In the land of the broken, it's a lot we was prone to. Quick as sand was engulfing, but intact with my soul. Been dispatched, I'm evolving, searching for solitude. But most fold, I'm comic composed. Stop the politicking when know they voters is froze. I'm off the hit with the 50s, I can't be product and system. I pray to God, know he listen, most in my face with some kisses. Nah, cause we ain't got time to keep off our toes. The type of vigor make you consider throwing the towel. I'm in the mood to make y'all remember going to proud. Sharpen my sword, declaring the war on foes and cows, yeah. So pass me the torch, thrones and crowns. It's the voice of the future tonight, rooster sounds. The bronze age forever, this a God-given level. On a high like crescendo when my mind state resemble. Picking your shoes and picking the